Shine with Kendell Lenice. Real talk for real people. Let's shine together.
Allow me to introduce myself. Thank you for shining with me first and foremost every week on Shine with Kendell Lenice. I am a certified transformational life coach, speaker, author, as well as a certified financial coach. Each week I hope to elevate you, educate you, and entertain you with our various guests and various topics here on Shine with Kendell Lenice. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to tell a friend. And now on to this week's show. Today's show is sponsored by 617 Lip Love, Organic Lip Moisturizer Balm by K. Lenice. Get yours today at leniceboutique.com. This product is for men and women in its signature flavor, eucalyptus mint. It's the bomb, y'all. Get it today at leniceboutique.com. Protect your lips, heal your lips at all costs. 617 Lip Love Organic Lip Moisturizer Balm. Get yours today at leniceboutique.com. Support Black businesses. Support women-owned businesses. leniceboutique.com. Hey everybody, I hope you had a great week. This is Kendell Lenice. Thank you so much for joining me on this week's episode of Shine with Kendell Lenice. I like to call this a life podcast. I'm a life coach and I talk about life and a whole lot more. My goal is to educate, elevate, and entertain you in everything that I do, whether it's on my podcast, whether it's on my YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or wherever. If you see me on the street, that's what I'm doing. I think it's so important to do that, and that is my mission and goal in life, to do that for you. Do me a favor, before I even get started today, subscribe. Wherever you're listening to Shine with Kendell Lenice, whether it's on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I'm where all podcasts are played. So do me a favor, leave a comment, subscribe wherever you listen. If you're listening right now from Apple Podcast, hey y'all, don't forget to rate and leave the comment. But before we get started, I want to start with this week's life note. All right, it's time for this week's life note. Hi, everybody. This week's life note is: the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but building on the new. That is from Socrates. So this week's life note is: the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. That's this week's life note. Okay, so this week's life note goes in to the rest of the show, as every life note does. It's about the show, hopefully carrying you through the show, give you a little insight through the week, through the month, and through the rest of the year. As a life coach, I'm all about transformation. I'm all about growth and learning, and that's what the life note is. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, you'll get a life note every single week. It's a quote or a saying that could be from me or someone else, just to help you grow, help you see things differently, and help you move towards your goal and to have a, towards a better life. Because after all, everybody, I believe, wants some type of better life, because I'm sure your life's not perfect, and I'm sure you're not perfect, and there's always room for growth. So as a transformational life coach, I always say, transform yourself, transform the way you think. If you transform the way you think, you can transform the way you do things. Okay. So when you transform opposed to change, because sometimes change is just temporary. And then change doesn't last as long as it could possibly, because that person you are, those things that you do, sometimes creep back up, because change again can be temporary. But when we're talking about transformation, it's about, okay, I transform my mind and the way that I think. So those habits or those things that I've done that I wanted to get rid of, and I thought I wanted to change them, but I couldn't change them. So now it's time to transform. And those tend to stick a little more. So today I'm talking about getting unstuck and being unstuck and figuring out how you can move forward and press forward from being stuck. And some people have the same routine. They've been doing the same things, and it's hard for them to see things differently and do things differently. And as a life coach, that's one of my specialties, and listening and talking to people who just feel like they're stuck. Especially, I have a special place. Now, I coach everyone, men, women, children, families, the whole nine. But I have a special affinity for those who are 40 and over. Now, I'm going to coach you if you're 30, if you're 20, if you're a teen, if you're, a child, whoever. But I like dealing with the 40 and 50s and, that age range, because they think that they have to be stuck forever, or they can't change, or they can't grow, or they can't heal, or they can't do things differently. And I'm set in my ways, and I've been this way, and I'm doing it this way, and that. But I like to break all of that, because as long as you're still above ground and you're breathing and you're doing things, you have the power to get unstuck and change the way you're thinking, the way that you feel, the way that you move, the way that you act. You have the power to change all of that. But here's the secret sauce. You gotta want to. Now, if you don't want to change, you don't want to grow, you don't want to transform your life, then keep living the same way. Keep being stuck. And if you keep being stuck, then you're going to look up and you ain't going to be 40 no more. You're going to be 50. Then you ain't going to be 50 no more. You're going to be 60. So it's about really catching that right now and doing something about it. Because that's what you want to do. You want to do something about it. What is it? Only you know what it is. You know what that it thing is. But you want to be able to change that. And that's really what's important. And that's really the key to any of that. So we're going to be talking about that and a whole lot more on this here show. Getting unstuck, finding a way to live your life on purpose and do the things that you want to do, so later you can feel free and do the things. Let me think of this quote. I remember in Great Debaters, Denzel said, do the things you have to do. And this is not his quote, he just said it on there. Do the things you have to do, so later you can do the things you want to do, right? And that is so true when you're thinking about life and what you want to do. You can do the things that you want to do, so you can do later the things that you got it. Reversed. I was looking over my notes. I'm sorry. All right. So change. Let's talk about change, okay? Because a lot of people, when you say transform, they don't get it. So I'm saying change for you so you'll understand it, but I'm really saying transform. So change is difficult for most people, right? Left to your own self, you may never ever change. You may feel stuck, but you might think that you can't change. And oftentimes people get stuck in those thoughts and they don't leave those thoughts. So some of the ways that people feel unstuck or they're holding themselves back is just feeling like they can't do it. Whatever it is, they feel like they can't do it. And I'm here to tell you that you can do it. So first, you got to have the mindset that you can change, you can transform, you can grow. That's the biggest barrier that most people have. They feel like they can't. So what's the purpose of even trying? And they limit themselves in their minds first. So if you limit yourself in your mind, then your body is going to follow that. And then if you have no confidence in what you're capable of and you continue to doubt yourself, then you're never going to be able to transform. So these are some of the reasons why people are unstuck. And also ignoring the unstuckness or the stuckness, if you will. So if you ignore the problem, you might think it's going to go away and miraculously you're going to be different and you're going to be unstuck. That's just like as a certified financial coach, coaching people with, their money and their bills and budgets and trying to organize their finances. I see it all the time where people will come to me before Corona, we, meet face to face, and they would come to me with these bags of mail. And I'm saying, okay, give me your bank statements and your credit card statements and let me see so I can help you, blah, 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 blah. Well, they will come with a bag full of mail that hasn't been opened. And I'm like, okay, how can you get a hold on your finances if you never even open the statements, you don't go online, you don't see anything? Because you're burying your head in the sand thinking it's going to miraculously go away. And that's the same thing with your stuckness. You think, okay, if I don't do anything with it, it's going to probably go away. And that's why you are stuck, because you're there in that situation. So you can't ignore the problems. You can't ignore the issues that you're facing. You have to try to discover and find real solutions for whatever you're going through. Another way that you can feel unstuck, or a reason why you're unstuck, is because you never take action. You never take your life by the horns and decide, hey, I'm going to do something with it. And that can be because you don't really believe in your capabilities. You don't really believe that you can do it. You're speaking negatively to yourself. So if you're speaking negatively to yourself and that you can't, you've been this way since you were a teen, everybody said you this way, you can't change, then you won't. And then that causes the problem, and that enforces those negative thoughts. And it's so important to think positively and that you can do, because if you can think you can do, then you can do. But it's all about what you think first. So if you keep doing things the same way, expecting different results, they say that's insanity, right? You keep doing the same thing, bumping your head the same place at the same time, every time, because this is how you're used to doing it. This is how you want to do it. Yeah, I'm stuck, but this is how I do it. This is how I do it. Let me do it how I do it. But you keep bumping your head, and that knot on your head keeps getting bigger and bigger, 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 bigger. And then you keep going week after week, month after month, year after year, being stuck, being in the same place at the same time, doing the same things. When are you going to realize that you can't continue to be that way? You can't continue to live that way if you want growth, if you want change. So it's all about, the show today is all about getting unstuck and getting started on whatever it is that you want to get started with. So you can't keep doing the things like you've always done it, expecting different results. And then you can't just give up and say, you know what, this is too hard. Like they say in LA, hard. This is too hard. This is too hard. I can't do it. I'm just going to forget it. So let me ask you this. All my black folks out there, if our ancestors gave up and said, it is too hard, I'm not doing it, where would we be right now? We think we're in bad shape right now. We think things are happening right now. Imagine if our forefathers and our ancestors didn't take a stand, because I'm sure it was hard. I'm sure it was. Think about the Holocaust and Jewish folks. I'm sure the people that took the lead on that, it was hard. I'm sure. Any trailblazing activity, anything that's going to provoke change, make a difference, transform lives, is going to be hard. But you were built for that, and you have to know that deep down inside. And you have to take responsibility for who you are, what you've done, and how you can change it. As a life coach, I can help you, but ultimately it's your responsibility. I can coach you along, and I'm working with people right now, coaching, and I got some new clients. I'm on, they found me on Google search. Amen. Won't he do it? So I'm happy about that. But take responsibility. Even calling a life coach, that's taking responsibility for your own self and your own transformation. And it's so important to do that. Even taking responsibility of yourself to not speak negatively to yourself. Not speak negatively about maybe your past and why you're stuck. Some people are stuck because they're just getting out of relationships or divorced, or some people are stuck because they've been at their job 20 years, 30 years, 10 years, and they feel like they're stuck there. Some people feel like they're stuck being single because they haven't moved forward in trying to pursue a relationship, or they don't know how to do it. They feel stuck in what they're wearing, and they've been wearing the same hairstyle and the same clothes since 1986. Some of you may not have been born in 1986. So let me change it. You've been wearing the same things since 2000. Or you might have not been born in 2000. You've been wearing the same thing, wearing the same hairstyle since 2005, 2013, 2018. If you're feeling stuck because you have the same thing, the same way, year after year after year, and you also, this is the thing. Let me clear my throat. This is the thing about life, right? People are so scared and so fearful to move differently, then they keep creating the same lives for themselves. And yes, I say creating the life, because you can truly create the life you want. You can create the day you want. And it's all about how you respond and what you do with the time you have here. So if you're scared to fail, which I don't believe in failure, because failure to me, if you're learning and you're growing and you've experienced something and you learn from that and I'm not doing this again, then that's not failure. But you're scared, and what happens is fear can paralyze you and stop you from growing. So we're talking about getting unstuck and getting started, getting restarted. My quote is, it's never too late to remix your life. I coined that phrase many years ago. I got t-shirts on sale to prove it. 1 for $20, 2 for $35. See, I'm not stuck. I'm telling you. But yeah, definitely, it's never too late to remix your life. And some people don't have the confidence. They lack the confidence. So that's a way to continue to be stuck. If you don't have confidence or courage in yourself that you can do it, and you don't believe in yourself that you can do it, that's a way to keep you stuck. And sometimes you are your biggest asset, but your biggest enemy, because you can cheer on yourself to do anything you want, and then you can be your worst enemy because you can talk yourself out of anything. And that can be a problem for many. It's not about who's doing what and where you think you should be. And I saw this person on Instagram, and they just seem like they flow through life so easily. They don't seem like they've ever been stuck. Comparison is your biggest enemy. And sometimes social media will do that to you. Social media will make you think, oh yeah, I'm not doing what I need to do. I'm stuck, blah, 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 blah. But this is the thing. You have to ask yourself, am I really stuck? Or am I just telling myself I'm stuck? Because if you're moving forward in life and you're creating new things for yourself and you're changing jobs and you might have gotten divorced and you felt stuck in your marriage and you got a divorce, or you felt stuck in a friendship that you had for 20 years and it was not fortifying you and you felt stuck, but now you got rid of the friend. I say that in the most respectful way. Got a divorce. I say that in the most freeing way. And you changed your career path and now you're doing something different. I say that in the go boy or go girl kind of way. So you might not be as stuck as you think. The stuckness, if you will, may be just in your mind. You might feel like you're stagnant in life. Maybe you're at the same level in life and you feel that you should be at a different level. But I will ask you this. Do you feel that way because of your lack of accomplishments or achievements, or the comparison of other folks' achievements and accomplishments? Because that could be the thing right there. Again, if you're going on Instagram and you graduated with someone and they got 89 degrees and you only got one or none or two, and you're feeling like you need to do something different in life and you feel like they're passing you. Now, you can look at that two different ways. You can look at it as motivation and say, okay, they got 89.2 degrees and I got 4. Let me step up my game. Let me use that person to inspire me to be better and to do better and to challenge myself and to push myself. Yes, I'm going to use that post, use that person that I know as motivation, and I'm going to go out here and I'm going to kill the game in whatever game I'm playing, right? Or you can say, dang, I only got 2 degrees or 3 degrees or 4 degrees and they got 102 degrees and I feel like a failure because I could have did this and I didn't do that, and they're better than me and I'm not liking their comment and I'm turning off my social media and I'm getting off because I feel like I ain't accomplished nothing. Those are the two ways you can look at your life. You can look at someone else's life to motivate you, to inspire you, to challenge you. Or you can look at their life to look at your life in a different way, in a negative way. And again, that's about taking responsibility and putting the onus back on you and not allowing comparison to rob you of your achievements and goals that you've already so graciously and greatly achieved. So we're talking about getting unstuck, and it's all about solutions. We're not going to just talk about the problem here on Shine with Kendell Lenice and say, you're unstuck. Let me show you all the ways you're stuck, and not show you how to get unstuck and how to get restarted. So I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. Are you stuck in an unhappy relationship or a dead-end job? Are you having difficulty moving to the next level in life? Are you looking for love or romance? Are you looking to achieve and accomplish your goals? Are you looking to get more clarity on your vision? Do you struggle with self-esteem? Are you looking for insight, trying to figure out what you're trying to do with your life? These are some of the things I can help you with. Hi, my name is Kendell Lenice, and I'm a certified transformational life coach. For more information about my life coaching services, please visit livingtruelivingyou.com. Now back to the show. And I am back. Hey love, hey love, hey love. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so we are back, and I'm talking about getting unstuck and getting restarted. So, as you guys know, I like Psychology Today, right? So 10 tools for restarting your life. I saw this article on Psychology Today, and I want to share it with you all. All right. So let me just say that through the coronavirus, through COVID-19, through Rona, through Corona, through the pandemic, whatever you're calling it, it is what it is. And it's a pandemic that's a global pandemic. Although some arrogant Americans feel like it's over, they're not wearing their mask, they're not social distancing. So I'm going to take this moment right now to encourage you to wear your mask, social distance yourself, and be mindful and socially responsible. It's so important that you do that because other countries, the numbers are going down, people. In America, the numbers are going up. Now, I'm not a math major, nor do I have a degree in math, but I can count. If something is going up, that means it's not good when it comes to a pandemic. If it's going down, that means those countries are doing it right. And that's why some countries will still not let Americans in, because we are doing what we want to do and following the instructions of our own selves. Not me. I wear my mask every time I'm outside and I social distance. So I just wanted to put that in to just encourage you all to be socially responsible and also tie that into what we're talking about today. So again, Psychology Today has 10 tools for restarting your life, because we're not going to just talk about being stuck and not give solutions, right? So as a life coach, this is what I do. This is what I love. This is my passion. And this is one of my expertise. But I like hearing from other experts as well, so I can give you a well-rounded view. All right. So they say with number 1, starting over is not the same as recouping from a failure. Again, you guys know how I feel about the word failure. It is the new beginning. You have gained experience and knowledge to help you reach your goals. Reignite your passion by imagining that what you feel like you can achieve any desired results. I'm all for that. And they're also saying moving through life is like climbing stairs. You go up step and then you go up another step. So, and that's 3. And I'm just briefing this for you. And number 3, they're saying you can create a whole new life if you want. I so agree. You can remix your life, you can change your life, and you can do the things that you need to do to better yourself and to better your life. Number 4, they have endings are not necessarily bad things. All right. So I want to talk about that. Even if you lose your job, your savings, your home, what comes to you in the future may be better than what you had. Sometimes the phoenix has to burn so it can rise again. Is that a word from Psychology Today? That is a word. I need a tambourine playing right now. That is a word. I'm going to read number 4 again, because I unequivocally agree. Endings are not necessarily bad things. Even if you lose your job, savings, or home, what comes to you in the future may be better than what you had. Sometimes the phoenix has to burn so it can rise again. Amen. Amen. All right. So let's talk about that for a moment. So many people are devastated because of the things that are happening in COVID-19. Now, I'm not talking about the deaths, because you can't come back from that. And my condolences to anyone out there who has lost a loved one due to COVID-19. I'm just going to take a moment of silence for your family members or friends. Okay, because I don't want to be insensitive with that. So taking that off the table, if you will, and talking about the things that are happening. So many people have lost their jobs during COVID-19. But because they've been on unemployment, some people have gotten more money than they've gotten at their jobs. So if you had a lower paying job, let's just say, and you started getting unemployment during COVID, then you were making more money because of the added amounts on there. So you might have been able to save more. You might have been able to create new opportunities for you. You might have been able to do something with that money. Or you got fired from a job and then you created your own business or your own job, or they were able to travel the world, or it gave you the push you needed to do all the things that you wanted to do. Or you lost your home only to maybe a year, 2, 3, 5 years later to find another home or to build your dream home. So I agree with them. If you feel stuck in a home or stuck in a job or any of that, and then you lose those things, that's not a bad thing. Always. That can give you the new start that you need. And that leads to number 5. Starting over may feel scary, but it can be cause for celebration. Think about it as exciting, Psychology Today says. Many of your anxious feelings will begin to fade. The truth is that anxiety and excitement feel the exact same way to the body. It's our minds that make it scary versus the exhilaration. Okay, so that's interesting. Psychology Today says that being anxious and feeling excitement, the brain and the body can't tell which one is which. It's in your mind which one it is, like versus it's in your mind. So the body feels the same way if you're anxious or if you're excited, but it's what you tell yourself. That's basically what they're saying. Number 6 is remember that your future is not governed by your past. No matter what has happened in your life, you can find a way to make things a little better for yourself and hopefully for those around you as well. So let's pause right there. It says that no matter what happened in your life, you can find a way to make things a little better for yourself and hopefully for those around you. So if you feel unhappy and you feel stuck, then you're making everybody around you in your life possibly feel the same way because of your negativity and your lack of confidence. And that's okay to have a lack of confidence, but you can't have a lack of confidence forever. And you can't negatively affect anyone else forever before you decide that you need to make a change within yourself and you need to transform some of the things in your life. All right, number 7 on here, it says, Psychology Today, having to start over is different from choosing to start over. For many whose lives are still in chaos because of trying times we are in, and I'll say like COVID, starting over is not a choice. It can be hard to accept support from others if you find difficulty in that. Just promise yourself that you will return the favor and pay it forward. I'm all about that. Paying it forward. Starting over is not always easy, but if you pay it forward, someone else may pay it forward to you. Let me just see. Starting over, they're just talking about starting over, giving yourself a chance at real happiness, giving yourself a chance at getting it right. And then they have starting over, creating and reaching new goals and healthy alternatives. Those are the 10 ways that Psychology Today says starting over can help you, and those are the tools that they give. So I just want to really conclude just putting that to the side as far as Psychology Today. Again, if you listen to my podcast, I'd like to give other views often in my podcast along with mine so you can get a full spectrum of what's going down, because it's all about really trying to educate you, elevate you, and entertain you and help you through whatever you're going through at the time you're going through it. So for those people out there that feel unstuck, or I should say stuck, and want to get unstuck, You have to ask yourself, hey, am I sick and tired of being sick and tired? Do I really want to change in my life? Do I really want to transform my life? And if you answer yes, pardon me, then you can get unstuck. You're only stuck because you're stuck in your mind. And if you really want to get starting over, you have to first acknowledge that you are deciding to be stuck. Unless your feet are like glued to the ground, stapled to the ground, cemented to the ground, then you have the ability to get unstuck. So you might be stuck right now because you're scared to move. You're fearful because you've been doing the same thing the same way year after year, and you're scared. Now, it's okay to be scared, but I say do it while you're scared. That can give you the confidence and adrenaline you need to keep going. So if you feel scared, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up because this might be new territory for you. But you have to do it if you want to better yourself, if you want to conquer that fear, that scaredness. And fear is false evidence of appearing real, which means that it's false because it's in your head. And at any time, you can change your way of thinking. So if you want to get unstuck, you can call me. I'm a life coach. I can help you. I do that. For more information about me is at livingtrue.com. You can go to my website. You can book a free consultation. If you're discovering me on social media, you can hit me up on social media and I can give you all the information you need, and I will be glad to virtually sit down with you and have a consultation with you, especially if you are 30 and 40 and 50 and 60. I want to hear from you because you have lived life a little more and you might have gone through a lot more, and you might have real concrete reasons, not to say if you're younger than 30 you don't, but you might have reasons why you feel because you have a lot of life under your belt. And I like to change that narrative, thinking that you're too old to change. Oh, you can't transform. You've been doing this way and it's just going to be this way. No, you create the world that you want for yourself. You create the life that you want for yourself. You just have to want to do that. And starting over and getting started, is up to you as well. We can get started right now. Listening to this podcast, you clicked on it because you saw it was about getting unstuck and getting started and restarting your life. At any age of the game, any stage of the game, and any phase of the game, you can restart. You can get yourself unstuck and you can live the life you want. First, you have to understand why you're stuck. And if you're really stuck or you're just saying that because you're scared to move. Then getting started, the first thing that you need to do, again, is to admit that you are stuck in your mind. And then get some help. And it's okay to get help. Les Brown said we ask for help, not because we're weak, but because we want to remain strong. So you can get unstuck. It's as simple as a thought and as simple as a decision to do just that. So when I talk about, as I conclude, pardon me, as I talk about getting started and restarting your life, you might want to just start off by defining who you are, right? Define who you are and what you want to be and what direction you want to head in. You have to think about your life. Only you know where you've been and where you want to go. So start defining who you are and start thinking about the direction you want to go in. And then you want to think about yourself. It's like a vision board. I do vision board classes. So think about your vision. Where do you see yourself? What does your best self look like? What are you wearing? What are you doing? What are you driving? Where are you living? Where are you working? What kind of work are you going to do? I want you to envision yourself, plop yourself right there, and that's what you want to think about. Okay, getting unstuck looks like this to me. So if I'm unstuck, I will look free, I will look happy, I will look younger, what would I look like? And then you have to imagine yourself how you want to be. Where you walking? What does it smell like? What does it look like? What does it taste like? And that's what you want to do. Now, whether you're spiritually unstuck or stuck, I should say, financially stuck, career-wise stuck, relationship stuck, you can be stuck in all of those areas, but you want to have that conversation with yourself. You might want to buddy up with a friend who might be feeling the same way. You might want to start journaling, figuring out ways so you can see your journey unfold on a piece of paper, in a notebook, in a journal, saying, okay, this is how I'm feeling, and do a 21-day journal. That's my recommendation for you. So each day, write in there and how you feel and how you're going to change your life and what you're going to do to change your life and what steps you're going to make to do that. Again, I help you how I can through this podcast. Is so important. That's why I call it a life podcast, but I also have services available to help you in the life coaching area, as well as through my YouTube channel and the interviews that I do and talking to different people, and even just showing you me. And hopefully I'm able to motivate you and inspire you to do things differently. I'm 49 years old. I start new projects every single day. I do things that people are scared to do when they reach certain ages. They don't jump out there. They're very conservative in how they're thinking and what they're doing. And, and I'm not that way. So hopefully not just my words can inspire you, but my life can inspire you to just dream big, think bigger, and achieve more. Thank you so much for tuning in to Shine with Kendell Lenice this week. Do me a favor and subscribe. Tell your friends and family about Shine with Kendell Lenice. Remember, you are a star, so don't allow anyone out there to dim your shine. Until next time, God bless. Peace.
Shine with Kendell Lenice. Real talk for real people. Let's shine together.